Join us as we discover rookie running back Sean Tucker's thrilling journey from undrafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he aims to make a significant impact with his explosive speed and impressive receiving skills. Next on Draft Brothers. All right, welcome to the Draft Brothers podcast, powered by Champions Round, where we discuss all things NFL and fantasy football. Thanks for joining us. I am your host, Jeff Hasley, and I am joined by my draft brother, Dan Turner. And today we discuss Sean Tucker, an explosive player known for his acceleration and receiving prowess. Join us as we explore Tucker's journey from going undrafted due to undisclosed health issues to finding a chance with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we invite draft analyst Shane Hallam to join us, break down the Buccaneers rookie running back, and explain just how excited we should be about Tucker. Shane, welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. It's fun to talk about these rookies. I was excited to get into some of the undrafted free agents in the NFL draft as well. So I appreciate you bringing me on for Sean Tucker here.
All right. Shane is the managing partner of DraftCountdown.com. He's co-host of the Devy Marketplace podcast, and he writes for Dynasty League Football. So he knows his rookies, and we're glad to have him. All right, let's talk about Tucker. All right, so Shane, I got to mention here, Dan and I have been on the Tucker wagon for a while, and this is a bus that Dan drives confidently. In fact, he's even called him the Arian Foster of this class. So let's break him down. What do we know about him? He's 21 years old. He'll be 22 in October. He's 5'10", 210 pounds, ideal size. He's a versatile athlete who possesses excellent explosiveness and one-cut ability with great acceleration on the perimeter and through the second level. He lacks above-average vision, and he's not one to move the pile consistently. He's not that kind of guy. But he's a former track star, so he has speed and quickness. There's a lot of meat on the bone here, but there's that one big negative, and that's the undisclosed medical issue that kept him from being drafted. Shane, if the medical condition didn't arise for Tucker pre-draft, where would you have him going?
I think he still would have been a day 3 pick. We saw kind of the running backs fall a little bit down the board in the NFL draft. So, I think a lot of us early on probably had him a bit too high because of some of the vision issues and, even some of the explosion issues, I think would have brought him down a bit. Now, I think Tucker would have gotten drafted if he wouldn't have had the congenital heart issue that, that was a problem. So I think that's what you have to balance is, okay, probably would have been a day 3 pick, but now we have this added in. The speed's there, the production's there. We've seen him do it in the ACC with a subpar team around him in 2 different systems. I think that's a big positive, but the medical condition kind of throws a wrench into everything.
How would you compare his skills and talents to Rachaad White, who's the current incumbent running back on the Buccaneers?
I think Rachaad White is clearly bigger, 6 foot 214 versus Tucker's kind of 5'9", 207. I think Rachaad White has that explosive ability. I mean, they're similar players in a lot of ways, both very productive pass catchers in college. I think Rachaad White's probably a little bit more advanced in that. We saw last year with the Buccaneers utilized in that role a little bit. I think White has a little bit better vision, but I do think Tucker maybe has some of that second to third level ability that Rachaad White doesn't have. And maybe that's kind of what you're looking for here with the home run ability. And I think you can see it even with how the Buccaneers kind of addressed that position as UDFA's Ronnie Brown from Shepherd, another guy with very similar skill set to Sean Tucker for that home run hitting ability. And maybe that's what they were looking for, whereas Rachaad White, I think, is a little more solid in what he brings to the table.
All right. Hey, Dan, I'm going to let you stand on your soapbox here. All right. You called Tucker the Arian Foster of this class. So state your claim here, man. What exactly do you see in Tucker and explain why people should be excited about him?
I just think he performed really well in a subpar environment at Syracuse. I think that before the medical condition came up, he would have been, drafted, well, first drafted at all, and then drafted much higher than some of these other backs that were drafted. He had great stats, 1,000 yards, 11 TDs rushing in his last year. He has good qualities. He has great contact balance. He has good patience. Yeah, his vision could be, a little bit better, but that's something that you can teach. I just think that with some of the other backs in this class having major question marks, if he didn't have that undisclosed condition, he would have gotten much higher. And just seeing him, run in college, that he would be one of the better backs in this class.
All right, there it is. Sean Tucker, from Dan Turner's mouth, being compared to Arian Foster.
Yeah.
We're going to see how that pans out. But hey, you never know. He's a diamond in the rough candidate, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about some players, some other rookie running backs that we would possibly consider over Sean Tucker if this was a rookie draft. I'm going to say a name, and you tell me if you would take him over Tucker. All right, Shane, let's start one off here. Tyjae Spears, all right, running back on Tennessee. Of course, he was behind Derrick Henry. Would you rather have him or Tucker?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Tyjae Spears all day. I think he's a 2 running back. He's drafted in round 3, top 100. His issue, the knee issue, I would much rather have than the heart issue. Tyjae Spears, the issue similar to Jay Ajayi, who, if you remember that name from way back with the Dolphins, whereas this Tucker Hart issue is more like Journey Brown from Penn State that Devy guys may know, who never made it, had to retire. I think I'd rather take the risk on the knee.
So, Shane, if I had to, it sounds like you'll probably take anyone over Tucker here. But if I had to ask you, will Tucker make the team? Is he going to be on the team week 1?
I don't want to face off against Dan. I think Ronnie Brown from Shepherd makes the team over Sean Tucker.
Okay. All right. Dan, would you take Tucker or Spears?
Tucker.
Over Spears went 81st overall. He went 81st overall.
He did.
The hit rate for that amongst picking your undrafted running back, I just think is really hard. You can sell me on a couple of these, but I don't know if you can sell me on Spears.
I just don't trust that knee issue, honestly, is what it comes down to. He has Derrick Henry in front of him. We don't know how long Derrick Henry has left, and not to say that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense is going to be anything special with Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield, but the Tennessee Titans offense right now is basically Trayvon Burks, and that's it. So I just
Jake Okonkwo, maybe.
Yeah, sure, and him, yeah, to a lesser extent. So I just and you probably right that the knee issue is easier to overcome than the heart issue. But I just think honestly that Tucker is a better back than Spears overall to begin with. So I'll take Tucker over Spears. Sorry.
I mean, watching Tucker play, if he gets his chance, and let's just say the heart issue is not an issue. I mean, he was good. He was explosive, versatile, can catch passes, can run, has speed. Former track star. There's a chance. There's a big maybe with Tucker. All right, Dan, let me throw another name out here. Zach Evans. Would you take Tucker over Evans? If you took him over Spears, you probably would over Evans, right?
Yeah, I'll take him over Evans too. I think that it's very close because Evans, just has Cam Akers in front of him, and Akers isn't really the picture of health himself. Yeah. I just think that Rams offense in the next 1 or 2 years is going to be completely disassembled. It's an aging offense with Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp getting up there in age, and Evans is a good back, but I mean he got beaten out in college by Kendre Miller. So I mean it is close, and I think that Evans might have some early fantasy utility pretty quickly, but I think that Tucker, I would take Tucker over him. Yeah.
All right. Well, we kind of have an idea where you stand on that, Dan, and you as well, Shane. I will say this: if Tucker winds up becoming a diamond in the rough, we're going to all look back at this show and we're going to look at Dan he's going to come out smelling like a rose in all of this.
Yes,
so
look,
we'll have to bookmark this show, and just I mean, he's someone that you could take a chance on. I've seen him go in Superflex drafts, like the Scott Fish Bowl League that I've done a couple mock drafts. I've seen him go in the teens, like late teens, 17th, 18th round or so, Tucker. So it's interesting. You're not the only one, Dan. There are some people who think, and I think we're going to get a little bit more clarity once training camp comes along and we get some preseason games and where he kind of stands in that depth chart. And I think a lot of people have some interest because really all it is Rachaad White ahead of him. And it depends on where you stand with Rachaad White. But, I mean, Tucker, I think he can play. And it's just a question of will he be able to. So, all right. Well, that is our rookie profile on Sean Tucker. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Shane. We appreciate you sharing your expertise and insights on the Buccaneers and Sean Tucker's outlook. And we value your support, everyone. Please consider subscribing and leaving a comment if you enjoyed the show. Your feedback means a lot to us and greatly benefits our channel. And don't forget to download the Champions Round app and utilize the free $10 bonus code. We've got more rookie profiles coming, as well as others that we've already done. So check those out. And your entertainment is our passion. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.